star moon on her darkly lit path through the night.
So just going to talk through why I took this trade. So yesterday we had this big massive run up, left a massive inefficiency here, traded through this new week open gap aggressively, and we topped out at these new week open gaps up here. So London this morning, we saw a shift in structure beneath this low. So this is technically the 2022 model as well. A run on buy side here. So we ran through that, and I love how precisely this wick traded between the new week open gaps. And when we broke down that shift in structure, and we left a fair value gap right here. So this was London this morning. So we got midnight open here, and then London session, 2 AM to 5 AM New York time. Gave an opportunity to short once, twice, 3 times, and then broke down, took out this sell side liquidity down here. So if you was trading London, you could have shorted that. And my framework for this trade was quite a few things. I was expecting us to maybe trade to the bottom of this weekly inversion fair value gap because we was trading up, but I started to see price action, and this 15-minute order block right here started indicating to me that okay, we could potentially be in a bearish move to rebalance some of this which happened yesterday. And the main thing as well, we got this daily open gap high and daily open gap low. So daily chart, when we closed yesterday, we opened all the way up here. So from yesterday's close to today's open, we left this big gap. So I was expecting the market to maybe trade into some of that. So if we go back into the 15-minute time frame, when I saw this rejection from this order block, I think it was on the 4-minute time frame, I saw this shift in structure here. So underneath this low, we traded into that 15-minute order block. I could see we were respecting all of this, and then when we broke down from here, originally I wanted to try and find a short trading into this fair value gap in here, but we didn't get that. And then when I saw price trade into this 15-minute gap, I was expecting it to treat it as an inversion fair value gap and begin to reprice some of the inefficiency between the daily open gap high and daily open gap low, which we've now seen. So I wanted to see this act as an inversion fair value gap, which it did. There was a news release at 8:30. I do think I got into the trade a little bit early, and I was concerned that it may run for my stop, which was just above the daily open gap high. But I could see how the inversion fair value gap was respecting price. So we had the 8:30 news release, and then it was just sort of accumulating in here. So when the open bell came about at 9:30, I started to understand, okay, we was just hanging around building orders in here for the open, and then on the open we had that wick initially, last run up into that 15-minute fair value gap, and then we melted down. We left an inefficiency here, so my entry was at 446575, and then I was trying to take it all the way down to this daily open gap zone down here, and we're just shy of that at the moment. But the reason I closed it early was because I'm not really trying to be greedy or anything like that, and obviously I'm just trading for myself. The trade was up $700, and I'm doing one of those Combine TOPSTEP challenges, and that's more than enough for one day. So I'm just trying to take my time with that, because I've been in trades before. I did write this on the notes, but I've been in trades before where it's been like a couple handles away from my objective and just reversed. So I didn't want to give that profit back to the market. I was only trading one contract. If I had two contracts on, I would have taken one off down here, and then I would have moved the stop in above this new week open gap, or maybe just above this inefficiency, and then let the other contract run to see if we was going to go any lower. But I was only holding one contract, so that's the reason why I got out there. But yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with that. There were a few moments where I thought I was going to get stopped out. I could feel my sort of heart racing a little bit, but I've been doing this for a couple of years now, so I'm just sort of getting used to all of that. And yeah, the psychology side of things has been the biggest thing for me, really, because me as a person and in like my own personal life, I've suffered a lot with like different mental things like anxieties and all that kind of stuff. So for me, like when I started trading, it's like all of that just got reflected to me. So it's a lot of work. So yeah, like the psychology side of things for me has been the hardest when I started learning to trade. So I'm the kind of person that likes to do things quickly. I'm very like sort of athletic and always wanting to go. So that's one of the reasons I trade like the lower time frames. But one of the things I've sort of had to deal with is like my impulsiveness and over trading, and not wanting to be wrong has been the major things for me, because these markets like literally teach you to undo all of those things. Obviously it's different for everybody, but that's been one of the main things for me. So I was funded before with FTMO, and I had a few payouts with them, but again, like I hadn't sorted through some of those barriers in my own personal psychology, like my impulsiveness and over trading and all that kind of stuff. So if I was doing like a challenge and I had like a loss, Like sometimes it would be really bad, like I'll jump into another trade like 2 minutes after because I wanted to try and get back what I lost, and it's taken me quite a long time actually to finally accept the fact that when I have a loss, like I need to leave it there for the day. And to me, like walking away from the charts is like one of the hardest things to do because of my natural impulse to like want to be right and not want to have a losing trade. But it's like in trading, obviously, you know, like everyone knows that you can't really do that. So yeah, this was literally what I meant about why I closed where I did. Like my target was there and we've reversed back up now. So like the old me that was trading would have been, what's the word? The old me would have been stubborn, I guess that's the right word, and wanting to hold on till this actual target down here, even though it's only like 1 or 2 handles away. And the old me would have held and then it would have reversed on me like that. So it was like an instinct for me to get out there, and yeah, pretty happy with that overall. So yeah.